Okay, so before starting my speech, I have some questions for you guys. Have you ever failed before? Anybody? Well, thank you. So, if for each one of us, we all have our own definitions of failure. You think that you failed because you didn't get your dream job, or you think you failed because you have a really bad grade in a recent test, or for some even, you think that you failed because your boyfriend or girlfriend just broke up with you. Anyone? And for the next questions, are you afraid of failure? Anyone? Me too. I got you. So, nothing in the world is being pursued and desired more passionately than success. It's the basic outcome of anything. And all of us want to be successful in our own way. To earn a lot of money from a high position job, to have a tons of achievement to put on your resume, or for your relationships to be as beautiful as what Disney always pictures. Those high expectations that we have set for ourselves make us even more afraid of failure and hesitate to step out of our comfort zone. But you are not alone. A lot of people failed around the world, probably more than you thought. According to Business Harvard, 65% of new businesses fail within the first 10 years. And LinkedIn reported that in 2020, there are 75% of employees have the feeling of failure and independency. And World Health Organizations also state that there are around 200 million people around the world suffer from depressions because of failing in life. So, such a number in entrepreneurship, in career life, indicates that failing is just a normal part of life that we all have to face. But with failing being so monumental and terrifying, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to be perceived as vulnerable or for our mistake to be acknowledged. But I'm here today to tell you that failing or failure does not exist. Now, who am I to say such a thing? Well, I am Thao, and this is my story. Yay! If you're Da Nang locals, you might recognize my high school from the color of my áo dài. It is said that in Da Nang, the best students, the best employees, and the most successful people graduate from my high school. Yet it's Lê Quý Đôn High School for the gifted. Now, there's a stereotype, an expectations for Lê Quý Đôn students that they have to be on top of everything. They have to win the first prize or to be the best at what they're doing. But this doesn't apply to me. I might be good, but I am not good enough. I might have a lot of potential, but I have no first prize yet. This makes me feel insecure, lost, not knowing whether I deserve to be in the school that I'm always proud of. And the worst part is, every time I receive the result after an award, I always tell myself that it's okay. I'm gonna do better next time. Next time, the first prize is definitely gonna be mine. But the other parts feel deficient. Every conversation, every small talk I have with my fellow friends revolve around their story of success. They seem to effortlessly achieve everything, while no matter how hard I try, I achieve nothing. This makes it's a heavy burden to carry, not knowing that will I ever be good enough or will I ever measure up. However, despite this, I keep pushing myself forward, hoping that one day I too will find my own way to success. And it's become like a loop. I failed, I tried, and I failed again. Throughout my high school year, I lived with the thought that I was falling behind. And with this thought in mind, no matter what I did, it's always the never-ending cycle of failing. This is truly what's gonna happen to your mind if you think of yourself as a failure all the time. In 2019, there was a study by Northwestern University involving 400 people. They were given a language test through multiple rounds. For the first round, the contestants was secretly divided into two groups. With one group, they were marked right no matter what they did, and the other group was forced to fail. This means that during break time, while chatting with each other, everyone has the same amount of information. And as the rounds went on, they were being tested for real. The result is, the successful group in the beginning rose to the top, while the failed group kept on failing. This demonstrates how our mind shapes our performance. The failed group was failed and trapped in the cycle of self-criticism because despite doing the same things as the successful group did in the first round, they realized that they have failed. This demonstrates how our mind shapes our reality. Believing in setback can lead to continuous failure. Now, this study mirrors my high school experience. Once I've shifted my mindset from seeing those setbacks as learning opportunity, I began to achieve more. However, this shift wasn't easy at all. So, I'm here to share with you a technique that might help. The next time when you receive a bad news that you just failed, you just need to sit. Starting with the letter S. Set your mind free, just like the name of the technique. Sit down and relax. Let your mind be at ease. At that time of failing, it might feel like you're at the end of the world and nothing good's gonna happen. All you can think of is terrible thought in your head. The truth is, your emotion is always valid, but nothing good's gonna happen right away at that moment. So all you can do is stay away from those negative emotions and let the emotions subside. Do you know that feeling that when you're out in the public and then you suddenly fell in front of like total stranger? Anyone related to that? They say that this fall only had 5% of pain, but 95% of humiliations. Nobody gonna remember seeing you fall that day or caring what you look like when you fall, but your minds will. Your head's gonna repeat this image hundreds of times, and each time the image was replayed, the embarrassment feels as fresh as it did the first time. This can make you trapped in a cycle of self-criticism, making it hard to see the bigger pictures. And just like I said before with the experiment, if you think negatively, all you get back is negativity. So once you let your emotions subside, it's time for us to come to the next letter. I. Identify the cause of your failure. The next time you come back to that road, you might realize that it's really slippery and you want to walk more carefully. Identifying the cause of your problem is crucial for retrying and succeeding. So, why did I achieve any award in high school? Was it because I focused on socializing more than academics? Or was it because I'm not paying attention in class? Or perhaps it's because of my shyness that stopped me from achieving those awards that I think I was deserve of. I find myself reflecting deeply, trying to uncover the reason why my high school experience didn't meet the expectations that I had set for myself. So once you've identified the cause of your problem, it's time to transfer your thought into an action plan. It's time to retry, to adapt, and to deal with that point of failure. So, once you've got everything planned out, it's time to do it again. However, there are times in my high school year, despite my best effort, no matter how hard I try, it's getting nowhere. Do you know that feeling that when you failed and you try to do everything, no matter how much it might drain you, just to keep yourself back on track? Well, the truth is, if you keep pushing yourself forward without any directions, it might break you. Let me tell you a story with someone who has been in the very same position. Phaethon is the son of the sun god Helios. With the background of being a son of a god, he begged his father to let him drive the chariot of sun across the sky to prove his talent. Despite Helios' warning about the upcoming danger, he insisted. And once Phaethon took control of the chariots, he quickly lost the control. The horse veers off course, bringing scorching heat to some part of the earth and freezing cold to the others. Seeing this chaos, Zeus has no choice but to stroke Phaethon with a thunderbolt to prevent the earth from the upcoming dangers. We can see that from ancient time, people have acknowledged individual desire for success and for validations from others. Phaethon, with the background of the son of Helios, he doesn't accept that he can only do simple tasks, but desires something more, something significant. However, his overconfidence and ambitions led to chaos in the earth and eventually his own downfall. This myth reminds us that overestimating our ability might lead to dire consequences. And even the gods, who is often depicted as the mighty and the perfect, experience failure. So we too, as normal human beings, face failure as an avoidable part of life. And like Phaethon, me myself, with the background of a Liquidon high school student, might desire something more, pushing myself to meet the standard that often being associated with being a Liquidon student, to be perfect. But despite a strong high school background, I've come to realize that I am not flawless. So recognizing this, I've changed how I see failure, knowing that failure or success is just a concept that shapes us based on how we respond to a challenge. What's really makes us different is the ability to rise up and keep moving forward. It's time for me to embrace my imperfections, knowing that while I might not be perfect, I'm resilient enough to rise again. Throughout my high school year, I struggled with insecurity and anxiety. The pressure to live up with the high standards often makes me feel that I was unqualified. And standing here, those feelings of fear and self-doubt are coming back again. My feeling might still be here, but my mind is strong enough to know that those feelings cannot stop me from doing what I desire to do. So I'm here not just to speak, but to show you how I've overcome my fear. For me, now, those high school days are just a success in progress. It's just needed my resilience and my courage to make it possible. From being a total failure in high school, because some might say that I'm being so different from my friends, I've become an MC for some of the program, a club president that win a lot of awards during academic years, and most important of all, a TEDx speaker. Yeah, thank you. So I'm here today not just to speak, but to prove you that embracing our imperfections and facing our fear is what truly defined our success. Like Phaethon's journey, my journey has taught me that how we respond to a challenge determines our success. In some people's story, Phaethon might be seen as a failure, but the important thing is that he dared to do what he's always wanted to do. He had a brilliant idea, he took a risk, and he learned from those experiences. Similarly, I've learned not to fear failure, but to face it as a challenge that we all have to do in life and to overcome it. Fear of failure often kills more dreams than failure ever did itself. True empowerment comes from seeing those challenges as a learning opportunities and resilient, knowing that each experience, whether perceived as success or failure boosts our journey forward. So the next time when you face a failure or you felt lost, remember, it's not the end, but it's your chance to grow. So take a deep breath and remember to sit. Thank you all.